Hi everyone, I hope you're all well. I've just got through my first 6-week summer holiday with Indy, trying to juggle everything, like work and everything through the 6-week summer break, like kids break is I found it tricky. So there's been a break on my channel. It feels so good to be back into normal routine, like normal school routine, more of a normal work routine for me. And yeah, first I'm gonna jump back in with a girl talk video, and I think this is a really interesting topic to cover. It's gonna be on self-love, self-pleasure, I guess like self-exploration. I've got lots of questions. I'm gonna get through the sort of main questions that you guys asked. Also, this time I'll say it at the beginning of the video, if there are any other girl talk topics that you'd like me to cover soon, let me know down below, and I'll sort of create a little like short list of like upcoming girl talks that I can do. There are so many different topics. Oh guys, I've been going through a lot. Like there are a lot of topics that I feel like I'll have a lot of thoughts on as well. So yeah, this is a good one. Do you schedule in self-pleasure? What types of self-pleasure do you enjoy? All types, baby. I feel like some people have certain times during the day that they'll lean towards like picking up a toy or sort of just masturbating. Wow, that's a word that I actually don't say out loud that much. So you can tell. Masturbating. My window's closed. Like there'll be a certain time of day that sort of they'll habitually do it and things, but I don't really schedule it in. But I think with me it can be like at any time, obviously within reason. If I'm home alone, it used to be more so in the evening, like late at night, but then yeah, that's changed. I feel like I mean the mood could strike whenever. I'm the type as well that I could like see something and then I'm like, oh for God's sake, then I'm in that mood, you know. So this is so funny to like talk about on camera. What types of self-pleasure do you enjoy? I just like toys. I haven't gone a manual for a long time. I think just once I've discovered good toys, mostly with the Lilo toys, I just have not looked back. I can't talk. And I keep hearing about other toys as well. Like I think one is called the Satisfier. And I haven't tried that yet. And yeah, but also they're quite pricey. Some of them can be quite pricey. So I think sometimes it's just not the first thing I think to buy. Anyway, I'm rambling. Yeah, usually I'm not like a bath self-pleasure girl. That's it actually. I don't know if like, maybe I'm missing out on a lot of different types or something, but I don't know, that's just, that's what does it for me anyway. This is a big question. How the heck do you love yourself? Really struggling with self-love right now. I feel like that happens to most people at some point. You'll have like a bit of a low patch. You won't be feeling yourself as much. Like your self-confidence, you know, is a bit lower than usual. Like, well, first of all, there's no point going into a vicious cycle of like feeling bad about yourself and then feeling bad that you're feeling that way about yourself and like beating yourself up for it. It's fine. It's just like we're human beings. Obviously things ebb and flow sometimes. It's capturing your self-talk at those times and then just changing the narrative on that. It can be helpful to start with the smaller things that you appreciate about yourself, that you know that you're good at, that you know you have a natural talent for. This could be anything. Could be like parts of your personality. It could be something physical. Any like small trait about yourself. You start the building blocks there. Whenever you're having a negative thought about yourself, introduce then that small thought about yourself of something that you do like, and then build on top of that with other things that you like and you like and you like and you like about yourself. That's what I tend to do. Like one something that I like about myself, for example, is that like I love making people laugh. And so I just always have. I think that's like a part of why I like being on YouTube as well. Like if people say like a part of my vlog they found funny or whatever, like that makes my day. In day-to-day life, I love just putting a smile on people's face for however it is, probably just being stupid and saying something stupid. But you know, that is something that I love about myself though. And I think I always will. So that's an example of something that you could think about yourself. What websites would you recommend, if any? I have a new website to talk to you guys about. It's called Cheeks. I have spoken on my channel before about like what I like to watch online, like like more of the kind of things I like to watch as opposed to a lot of what is generic out there. And then I feel like, especially for women as well, we're kind of looking for something a little bit different than what has been typical over the years and like over the time that we were all growing up and everything, when it comes to like porn or, you know, any sort of sexual content. This whole topic, I think, is so interesting to me because there can be such a big taboo around it, but it's a lot of the time where most of us learn about sex from an early age, like especially now. There's so much more out there that could be more educational than I think a lot of us know. So there's a website called Cheeks, who I'm working with at the moment. So happy to be working with them. Cheeks is a sexual wellness platform and it covers all different areas of the sexual experience. I really like it because it's very inclusive in skin color, in body type. They are LGBTQ friendly, which personally for me is a big thing as well. It's an amazing place to go to learn more about yourself, your body, or, you know, sexual pleasure, solo or with others. The website is tailored around like real life experiences, not as much a curated sort of more performative experience of sex or entertainment around sex, you know. So it just feels a lot more natural. A bit more about Cheeks as well is that it's a subscription-based sexual wellness platform, and every member gets access to authentic adult films and tutorials, erotic audio stories, workshops on sexual wellness, and a taboo breaking magazine. You can pay monthly or yearly, and I have a special code for you guys. It is SAM07 for 7 days free access to Cheeks as a new customer in the annual subscription. I hope you guys enjoy Cheeks as well. Please let me know what you think as well. If you check it out, leave a comment down below. I'd love to know. That rhymes. I feel really, really proud to be sharing this website online because this is something that brings a lot more positivity and I think more healthy for people. Are you single? Yes, I am. Have you ever had a man that was opposed to using toys with you or didn't know how to use them? LOL. I have, yes. This is frustrating. If you've been with someone before who was fine with using them with you and then you encounter someone who doesn't, I feel like obviously the red flag comes up a lot quicker. If the first person you try to bring them in with is opposed to them, then it can be hard because I feel like a lot of us want to be like, oh, don't worry about it. I feel like I was quite a bit younger when this happened to me, so how I am now with it is not how I reacted back then. So just a message to any girls out there who are a bit younger and aren't sure how to introduce them with your partner. I feel like you could just ease it into your sex life quite softly. So at the beginning, maybe start by introducing a little bullet vibrator or something like that maybe bless them. With guys, they can feel a bit intimidated by toys, and I'm talking more about a heteronormative partnership. If your partner is really, really against it, to me, I just find that actually quite rude because it's like most women aren't able to finish just from penetration alone. Most of us need clitoral stimulation as well. So it's just really odd to me if a guy, I'm just saying this, usually it's a guy, wouldn't want you to have just as much enjoyment as they get to have. I think most of the time it would be like welcomed into the bedroom, and if it isn't, then I think then you know this person maybe isn't a good match for you. After using something smaller like that, you could then start introducing slightly bigger and more different toys like a rabbit or like anything really into the bedroom as well to enjoy together. And I think it's a really nice bonding experience with someone as well. So yeah, and it's just fun as well, like, and things don't always have to be so serious and all about like finishing, you know, so seriously. It can be more fun in the bedroom as well. So to me, toys bring that element of fun as well. I had to jump off camera and then return just quickly back into it. Favorite pleasure / sex toy? You recommended the Lilo one before, which was 10 out of 10. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, since I spoke about the Lilo, I think it's the Sonar Cruise 2. I haven't discovered another favorite one since that. That is still my favorite go-to. But yeah, there are, like I said, there are some other ones that I really want to try that are like I think they kind of like, they have suction on the clitoris. And I haven't tried that. This question, tips on coming, please. I've never been able to. This is hard for me to answer because it's really different for everyone. I can't really give you like a generic answer for it. I find it's two quite different experiences when I'm just on my own compared to when I'm with someone. I feel like they're different ways. When you're trying to get there with someone else, a big thing that I've learned, try not to put too much pressure on yourself and try not to overthink it, because I feel like when I am like with someone else and sometimes I feel like they're really wanting me to and I'm wanting to, and then I sort of put too much pressure on myself too, and then it takes it away again. So yeah, I feel like it's a bit of a practice, and it takes a partner who is patient, can be patient as well, and is like willing to work with you to get it to work. If we're talking about more so you by yourself, it really is just exploring yourself, trying different rhythms, different movements, different toys, different vibrations. It can take a little while to get to know your body, but once you do, it's so worth it, because then you can take that knowledge into then being with someone, if you want to be with someone, or not, it's up to you. I feel like a lot of it is meant, even when you're by yourself, like solo play, I feel like it can be very mental too, like in the sort of thing that you're watching or the sort of thing that you're thinking about, the environment that you're in, if you're properly relaxed, all of that. I've always been a tomboy. How can I find my feminine side and feel more sexy / sensual? Obviously, everyone's different, right? So don't always feel too much pressure to have your sexy side come out as your feminine side. Like maybe you might be someone where it doesn't necessarily come out in that side of you. For instance, like I'm bisexual, and since I came out as being bisexual and sort of, you know, more people that I know knew and things like that, it also, I felt much more relaxed in dressing more like casual, more like over, kind of like dressing differently, and it was actually in a way that is not as feminine and is more like baggier clothes and things like that. And in those types of clothes, a lot of the time I actually feel a lot more sexy than in like society's version of sexy, like tight dresses and things like that. I actually feel like too overdone in those kind of clothes sometimes. So what I'm saying is, like, yeah, don't feel like it has to come from like a feminine version of yourself, but if you feel like it is naturally, like you are trying to get in touch with that side of yourself, first thing I would say is probably getting in touch with your body through practices. So maybe through dancing or something like yoga or Pilates. Literally just sort of like appreciating your self in the mirror, like your body in the mirror. You could also kind of play dress up like for yourself. So if you're someone, you know, who I'm guessing you wear more tomboyish clothes and things like that, like maybe try on lingerie, like just for yourself, and then you'll sort of pick up on that more feminine, more sensual side to yourself through doing things like that, and then slowly you'll feel a bit more comfortable, you know, in that state, like when you feel a bit more in that state, and then see how you feel about it. If you try out some of those things and you feel like it's not you, like maybe it just doesn't feel natural, maybe it doesn't feel comfortable, or if it does, then you know you can sort of build on top of that. I love doing practices where I feel more in my feminine. Like for me, it's like dancing in the mirror. It sounds silly, but it feels so nice. Even something like cooking actually puts me in my feminine energy as well. I feel like yeah, creating. So it doesn't even have to be something that is necessarily like a sexual thing to do. Something where you're expressing yourself. I hope that helps. This is a good last question. Tips on tapping into your female sexual power in the bedroom. This is something I feel like I'm still working on. I find this really interesting myself. So for me personally, I feel like feminine power in the bedroom is like a quiet confidence. You like emulate this confidence, this like inner power, this inner, just like a inner sexual energy. For me as well, I don't like for it to feel forced. So I won't always like dress up in lingerie, or I don't know, I don't really like things that feel more performative. I like it when it feels just natural, like, so, and I think that's as well where a lot of things we've seen growing up with like in media to do with sex, it's been so performative. So I think once you just release feeling like you have to perform for your partner, unless you really want to. I feel like once you relax, your sort of like feminine power can come through more easily, because you're more in touch with yourself, more in touch with your partner, more so in your body, not as much in your head. Also, just wearing anything that you feel good in. I think it's also fun to play with power dynamics in the bedroom as well. I think that can slowly get you to feel a bit more powerful, like especially as a woman in the bedroom, kind of like slowly. If you're not as used to being maybe more dominant, then you can like start off slowly. And once you gain confidence in doing things like that, it's just fun. But obviously it depends on your partner as well, like what they like, but you know, it's all in. That's the thing with like finding the right sexual partner for you. I hope you guys like this video. I loved filming this, like always. Let me know if you want another one on this topic or on any other topics. Check out Cheeks. Don't forget to use my code as well. I'll put all the information down in the description box as well, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.